Guys, today we've got early Nike sneakers, one of the most anticipated shoes of the entire year, and a ton more. Right, I'm gonna get the biggest boxes out of the way first, so here we go. This one is very surprising. You got a pull tab. They finally did it. This is really cool. This is the Adidas XLG MTW, and this is a sick colorway. Wow, these are dope. Okay, so if you guys didn't know the lore behind this sneaker, it was a China exclusive. I saw these things when I visited China, that they were earlier this year, and they were everywhere. However, you could not buy them outside of China. So not in the US, not in the UK, but now they are. I just saw them randomly on the website and I was like, what the hell is going on here? There was no promo or anything like that. They just appeared. So they dropped in two different colorways. There was like a silver or like gray pair, and then this one, which I really like. It's basically all over sail with some metallic stripes on the side. I feel like maybe Adidas saw the popularity of the jellyfish, the super chunky shoe, and they were like, well, let's drop some of those chunky China Adidases, which actually opens up the door for another China exclusive, which is the XLG Runner, one of my favorites from Adidas ever, full stop. Now you've got these. Potentially these are coming in the future, which would be nice. This is another China exclusive if you didn't know. I do actually have another colorway of these that I bought through resale because that's the only way that you can get them. I've tested them out. They're super comfy. You've got like light strike in the midsole, so it's got like that soft cushioning. They're definitely chunky, but these have like more of a sporty vibe in comparison to the XLG Runner, which is just massively bulbous and chunky. But yeah, these are really dope. So yeah, for anybody who is interested in some China exclusives, they're coming worldwide. Second largest box, this time from Nike. Not a pull tab, unfortunately. Now this one's really weird. Yeah, I picked up some essentials. Yeah, I had to get some Jordan brand socks. I didn't think it would be in a sportswear box, but here we go. This is the Nike Blazer Rome. Whoa, these are tough. Much lighter weight than I was expecting. This material also feels extremely synthetic, which is not a great sign. But the midsole feels soft, which could make these super comfortable. So this is a pair of shoes that we took a look at on Sneaky Sunday freaking, what, like maybe a year ago. We saw this thing ages ago, and I thought that they just never dropped. Or in fact, I just kind of forgot about them. But then I just saw them on the Nike website. Again, just randomly popped up, and now I got them. I guess maybe they just recently dropped or something. However, they were on sale, so I don't know, maybe these have been out. Either way, I think they look sick, and especially in some of the other colorways that they've done, like the two-tone like blue and then black or something on the top, which is just sick. This is the only colorway that they had, just all over black, which I mean, for full time, they go crazy. So they're based off of the Nike Blazer, so they have like the, you know, they're going to be incredibly hard to get on, I would imagine, but they just made it super winterized, kind of like the Vomero Rome, where we, you know, had like all of the different paneling and stuff like that. This is, I guess, relatively similar. I thought I'd pick them up because I really like the look of them. This chunky sole, it's definitely soft, so I imagine these are going to be very comfortable, but I'll test them out. I don't know if you guys want to see an on-foot video or some kind of review, let me know in the comments, but pretty cool. They were super affordable as well. Oh, speaking of fall shoes, I might not like these, but let's just see. Love the packaging on these. Take a look at that. Oh man, they are pretty nice. This is the Soleil Bemberry Crocs Juniper Realtree Camo collab. So as you guys know, not the biggest fan of this sneaker model. It's just not as comfortable as I was hoping it would be, and it's also extremely heavy. But when I saw the Realtree Camo, I was like, I had to pick these things up. They were super easy to get as well. Like for retail price, this has got to be the best colorway, at least my personal favorite. I wish they made like a V2 or something that was just a little bit lighter weight and maybe a little bit more softer on the inside, but yeah, I guess I'll just have to deal with it. I don't know. I'm gonna try these things out with a bunch of different outfits. I think this is a cool pickup. I'm hoping I can rock them during the full time. They seem like they're gonna be super easy to clean because the entire thing is just made out of, I guess, the Crocs material. The only actual fabric you're getting is around the ankle for like a little bit of padding, but what a great design. Like such a cool looking pair of shoes, just unfortunately so damn heavy. Got another Nike box. I actually forget what is in here. I feel like I've had this sat around for ages. Oh, I know what these are. We got the fire red 5s. Damn, they look good on camera. Highly anticipated retro for this year. I know it wouldn't seem like it because these things did not sell out like a lot of other retros. You know, I think there's just so much going on this year. It's fine. Arguably, it's great. You know, we get to pick up stuff like this for retail. Man, it's so cool because like I remember doing a review on the last time the Fire Reds dropped. I think I was back in 2020. It's just cool to be in the cycle on YouTube. You know, being able to review something and then the next version comes out and then talking about that on camera. It's pretty fun. Either way, the sneaker itself, not bad. It's exactly what you would expect when it comes to, you know, a Jordan retro. Leather quality, pretty mid, but yeah, you're not gonna argue with the looks of these things. It's a black tongue Fire Red, dope in my opinion, and I think a lot of people are super happy that they're able to just pick them up whenever they want. Oh, before we even continue with the sneakers, I gotta talk about what the hell's in here. This is a Travis Scott pickup. Honestly, I forgot I even ordered this. It took so long to ship. If they never sent me anything, they probably just could have kept my money and I would have been none the wiser. So let's see if it was worth the extended shipping time on it. I think this is the first item I've ever bought off of Travis Scott's website. You get a little frosted Cactus Jack bag. Oh, colors are pretty damn nice. There you go. This is the Travis Scott Barcelona jersey. God, when did they even release this? It was so long ago. Man, I guess I should just throw this on. I mean, wow, look at the back. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not a bad jersey. It looks pretty damn cool. It's like deeper Barcelona colors, I believe. Whoa, actually, before we even go any further, this is strange. So, you know how this is like technically a Nike collaboration with Travis Scott. So you would assume that Nike makes this. But honestly, now that I'm getting it in hand and there's no Nike tag on it at all, I don't think it is. So even on the little like label over here, it says made by Travis Scott, 2025 La Flame Enterprises Inc. Never heard of that before. So this isn't made by Nike. This is made by Travis Scott with a Nike logo on there. So it's technically a Travis Scott Nike collaboration, if that makes sense. Maybe the quality is not as good. I mean, it feels pretty much like a jersey, maybe a little bit thinner. Is that Barcelona logo a little bit cooked too? Like the stitching, the actual like embroidering of the patch? I don't know. That's interesting. I thought this would be made by Nike, the people who specialize in sportwear and jerseys. Either way, let's throw this on. All right, there you go. It is on. It is extremely thin, so it's like, you know, I'm getting all kinds of nipple action in here. I don't know. That's what it looks like. It's pretty decent fit. I got a medium. It's not like, yeah, I mean, it's a jersey. This was so not worth the money. It looks cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it looks nice, but the price for this, I think it was like $170 or something. I don't even want to remind myself. Yeah, it's unfortunately just not worth it. Keeping it moving. This is always fun. We got a pack from Zellerfeld, who's coming out with some more crazy shoes. All right, classic Zellerfeld box, the little magnetic opening. Very, very nice. This is a collaboration with, and I don't know how to pronounce this. Havaianas. Oh, you sent me a wild color. Yo, this is a 3D printed flip-flop. God, they're lightweight too. You know, first thing you gotta do, you gotta give it the old... Yep, that's gonna work. This is actually crazy if you think about it. I'm pretty sure this is the world's first 3D printed flip-flop. And the way that they've done this is literally just like how they make normal flip-flops, where you have like the little tab thing underneath that I guess supports the strap. But obviously that's all 3D printed. How does that even work? How do you engineer something like that? Like, think about it. This whole thing has to be printed like this in layers. So how do you even get the strap to go through there? That's crazy. I'm not a flip-flop guy. I'm telling you, I don't own a single pair of flip-flops, but design is dope. Like, that hides your toes. I love that. Soft, lightweight. Man, do I like flip-flops now? Am I gonna wear freaking flip-flops? Whoa, that is crazy. And yeah, obviously incredibly soft. These are gonna be a lot more cushioned and supportive than like your standard pair of literal foam flat pieces of, you know, flip-flops. Damn, I guess anybody who's a flip-flop person, these things could be really, really cool. Havaianas and Zellerfeld. Let me know what you guys think. Would you wear them? All right, let's get into these bad boys. Now, not entirely sure, but I think I know what these are based off of the weight. Prepare to have our minds blown. So this is going to be the craziest Nike sneaker we have ever seen, probably. Oh my god! The Nike Vomero Premium. Holy, this is insane. Take a look at this. I just need a minute to take in this insanity. By the time you watch this, I'm hoping I would have already got a review out on these, so I'll link it down below if I have, which I'm hoping I have. But this is the Nike Vomero Premium, which is going to be dropping in October, I believe the 2nd, maybe the 1st. This is the launch colorway. I saw it available on the aftermarket and I was like, I gotta get these things in because this is the most insane Nike sneaker they've ever made. This is the tallest stack of foam. It says underneath 55.5 millimeter stack height with 2 zoom air units in here. Before we even go any further, I gotta see how these feel. I'm gonna put them both on. All right, here we go. What? Holy. What am I feeling right now? This is ridiculously soft. Obviously, this test is not going to be the best. I'm surrounded by boxes. You can't see, but I have them on foot and my foot just sank into them. They are insanely soft. There's like a light bounce to them. They feel like, let me try roll my ankle because that's gonna hurt. Maybe stability is kind of good. It just like compresses like as I'm trying to roll my ankle. These are insane. I just cannot get over how soft these things are. Like, look at that. Like, they're just marshmallows, guys. It's marshmallows. All right, enough said. I'm gonna do a full review on these things. And obviously, hopefully you can already go and watch that because I need to get this review out ASAP. So hopefully I would have done that before this. Usually I unbox them first, but I don't have time with these things. I need to get this thing out because this has got to be the most insane Nike shoe I've put on my feet. Either way, let's keep it moving. Final package, probably one of the most anticipated sneakers of the entire year. And because of that, people are either going to love this or be extremely disappointed. Let's find out where I'm at. Okay, we got an interesting box. Oh, it opens like that. Damn. You got like all of these glossy lines in here for Ant's logo. Come on, please don't disappoint. Whoa, they are bright. This is the Adidas AE2. Here we go. This is the upcoming Adidas AE2. I think these are dropping in October. I'll try and find the exact release date, put it on screen, but yeah, this is after a very, very long await. People have been teasing these things for so long, and here they are. And visually, especially that top-down view, I think looks incredible. Side view is a little bit strange, just because it's like, I don't know, a little bit circular. You've got like carbon fiber on the back, a ton of padding on the inside. That feels incredible. I guess they just kind of went for a mid/low top version instead of doing like the normal and then the low top. This is kind of like an in-between, maybe even a little bit more low than mid. Now this is going to be the launch colorway, which is not my favorite. It's like apricot and pink. It visually looks cool, but like as a sneaker, like rocking these things is not going to be the easiest. Like pulling off different fits. Maybe if this is just a standalone basketball pair, you might like these colors. This is interesting. They feel a little bit rigid, obviously, so that's good. I assume they still have boost, although it's hard to, they don't really say that they do. Unlike the other ones that had like a visual representation, you can't squish this at all, so I'm assuming all of the comfort has to be inside, but I'll do a review. I'll compare these to the original, see if it's worth the upgrade. AE2, guys, visually, I think it's worth the upgrade. Visually, these things look really, really sick. I love the top-down shot again, but comfort-wise, performance-wise, practicality-wise, are these going to outperform the originals, which are insanely popular? We'll have to see, and I'm going to drop a review as soon as I possibly can, but let me know what your initial thoughts are on the Adidas AE2. Is this a pair that you're interested in? Do you think it's better than the ones, at least visually? Let me know your thoughts down there, but of course, that wraps it up. That is all the sneakers I got, so if you want to catch another video, don't worry, I threw one up in the top left-hand corner. Check it out.